Ata chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi stiram. Abhyasa yogena tato mam ichchaptum dhananjaya. In case you are not able to fix your mind firmly on me, then don't give up, Arjuna. I have never given up on you, Arjuna. For many births, millions of births, I have followed you constantly as your Antaryami. Each birth, I cry for you. I hope this birth, Krishna says, I wait for you. And I am actually praying that in this birth, at least you will turn towards me. இந்த மாதிரி ஒன்னு இல்ல ரெண்டு இல்ல crores and crores of births. Not for 1,000 years, million years, 5 chaturiyas, 1,000 chaturiyas. From time immemorial, I have been waiting for you. When I have so much patience, should you also not show a little patience towards attaining me? When I am waiting for you for millions of births and persisting with you, I have never given you up. Vedanta Desika Swami says that is the daya of Bhagavan. And Bhagavan created this world so that people can understand that this is merely a preparation field for us to go back to where we came from, which is Bhagavad Charana. And after he invested in the world, not once, not twice, yatha purvama kalpayat, he went on doing it again and again. Yet only a few people came to him. When somebody does a business and there is a loss for the first time, people can pull up their socks and try it again. Second time, third time. When the business is continuously failing, then who would continue? They will wrap up the business and said, I don't care. Let me protect whatever property I have right now. But Bhagavan is not like that. He has been again and again creating this world repeatedly and waiting for people to come to him, like a very patient and a forbearing father. So here Bhagavan is saying, Abhyasa yogena tato mamichaptum. How much, what all efforts I have put to Arjuna for you. I created this world. And I created this world so that you can understand the world is dual. It is duality of joy and sorrow. At some point of time, I wanted to make sure you get tired of this little temporal game and then come back to me. And then what I did, I also gave shastras to make sure that your path is clarified by the scriptures. And then I myself gave Bhagavata Dharma Shastra, Bhagavata Proktam. And I thought maybe I need to come down as another man to make sure that humans can relate to me only if I also act as a human. And our Acharya says, Mane Kundu Mane Kudipar Pole. To actually have a small mini hunters disguise themselves as a deer. When they look at an injured deer, not to kill the deer, but to make the deer okay, the deer is injured. And a benevolent person, not a hunter, a benevolent person wants to take the thorn from the feet of the deer. But the moment a man who is from a different, species comes close to the deer, deer feels intimidated, runs. The man wanted to actually take care of the deer, but the deer doesn't understand, it is running away. So this person who is having so much compassion decided, unless I disguise myself like another deer and make it as if I'm emoting in the same level, the deer may run. So that man disguised as a deer came close to the deer, caught hold of the feet of the deer to remove this little thorn so that the deer can be at peace. Likewise, Bhagavan, Sarvantaryami, Jagadeka Rakshakan, and that Bhagavan who is Sarva Shaktaha, Sarva Vyapi, came down as Ramachandra Prabhu. Martyavadaras-tviha Martya Sikshana. And he tried to live the path of Dharma. Once we also live the path of Dharma, then we get clarity. And if we get clarity, then we'll understand what is Param. And we get the strength to actually go in the spiritual path and attain Bhagavan. But then after taking so much of pains of Bhagavan, coming down, suffering like each of us, losing our Sita Mata, 10 months of crying, 10 months of tremendous misery, and 30 days of war, all that he did to take back our Sita Mata, established a lovely Ramayan, which is the very, very source of dharma, source of surrender, source of inspiration for ages. He did all that. But then we also have the misfortune of listening to some people asking the question, is it right for Ramachandra Prabhu to kill Wali in hiding? Is it right for Ramachandra Prabhu to send Sita Mata to Vanavasam? And Ramachandra Prabhu thought, oh my God, in spite of me doing all this, people have missed the point, isn't it? So again he came back. Our Thakurji himself came down and showed, if I come as a human, maybe they won't have any faith. Let me come as Bhagavan himself. Right from the day of descent, Tamadbhutam Bhalakam Ambujekshanam Chaturbhujam Shanka Gadayuda. He did everything. 120 years, Bhagavan living as Bhagavan, lifting a mountain, taking care of their folks, and doing Dharma Yuddham. And right now, driving the chariot of Arjuna. And now Bhagavan says, Na evla abhyasam pannirken. How much efforts I have put for you to come to me. Arjuna, can't you put a little effort in persisting in the path to come to me? I have come so much down, Arjuna. I have been trying again and again and again to make sure that you come to me. Can't you at least do a minuscule part of the efforts I have put? Can't you at least look at me striving to make sure that you come to me? Would that not inspire you to do? Abhyasa yogena tato mam ichaptum dhananjaya. Why don't you do and seek prarthayitum? How much I sought you, Arjuna. I came in search of you. I came down to your level. Tekta parananda vaikunta vasam. That vaikunta vasam, which is parananda vasam, I left to come down here and to be like a normal mortal. People even gave me false accusations. I didn't even touch that money which was there in Dwaraka, Smayantaka money. And people said Krishna stole it. And I had to take tremendous pain publicly to prove that he is not the thief of that money. I went through all these trials, tribulations. Why? Because Arjuna, Ichaptum, I wanted to make sure that people like you come to me. When I have tremendous passion to get you to my feet, can't you pray for you to reach me? So Bhagavan is telling all this after doing all this. So the amount of longing Bhagavan has, which is what is Ashtavati. Not only is Radha Devi longing for Krishna, our Bhagavan Sri Krishna is also longing for Radha. And that the meaning means our Krishna also wants us in his feet. And is requesting, do a small thing, do something small. In millions of life, this is 1 millionth, 1 zillionth of the time span which we have tried to live in various janmas. In that, is 10 years a big thing? Is 20 years a big thing? Is 40 years a big thing? So just this life is a golden opportunity, Arjuna. I am with you. I am guiding you. In this life, you somehow practice. It need not be complete. At least put your efforts. Rest I will complete. Do something. If you are not able to fix your mind on me, don't give up, because I never gave up on you. Do abhyasa yogam. And how do I do abhyasa yogam? Tato mam ichaptum dhananjaya. Ichaptum prarthayitum. Pray for me. Seek me. Cry for me. I will come for you. And take the small effort. I will take care of the result. Result is a done deal for you. Just show some effort. Is what Bhagavan is pleading. And here, our Swamiji has written many songs, as we saw yesterday. And Swamiji is telling us, you see, Bhagavan does two things. In Sai Sat Charitra, there is this lovely initial song by Kabir Das Ji, because there is a connection between our Shirdi Sainath Maharaj and Kabir Das Ji. There is a connection. People who are adepts understand that connection. And in that, Kabir Das Ji says, Chalti chakki dekh kar liya kabira roy, dvipadan ke beech mein savat bacha na koi. There is a chakki. The one which they used to grind flour, they have two stones. One is a stationary stone, another one is a rotating stone. And between that cavity in the center of the stone, they will put wheat, dani, the grains, and then they grind it. So you have one stone which is stationary, other one which goes around. Whatever comes between these two stones are completely powdered. And the initial understanding of that was, that in this terrible world of duality, of joy, sorrow, heat, cold, etc., all the jivas are completely, in misery, powdered by the Maya. But the Guru said, that's not what it means. The ajnana, the misery, the papa are the grains. They are the seeds, na? They are the seeds. Our kAmah is the bijam for karma. And all our papa, vasana, etc. is the bijam or grain or seed for our kAmah also. So Guru said, there are two stones which will completely destroy your kama karma bijanam. And how do I get the kama karma bijanam? How it is powdered, na? There is one stationary stone called Paramatma who sits inside as Antaryami. And then there is a person sent by Paramatma who goes around in form of Sadguru Maharaj. And between these two stones, all our karma, all our misery, all our vasanas are completely powdered. So Bhagavan is saying, I have given you Gita Shastra. I also send you a Sadguru Maharaj who does tremendous work to make sure that all our karma is totally destroyed. And between these two, we are fortunate that we are living this life of satsanga. We need to have little cooperation. That's why our Swamiji is now helping us to do Mamichaptum Dhananjaya. How do we do? Na? When we just tune in to what our Sadguru is showing, we have done what Krishna wants us to do. So Bhagavan is saying, I shall somehow make sure that you come to me. How do I go to him in the current situation? Bhagavan has sent a guru who teaches us how to get there. Between these two grinding stones, all our Maya is taken care. All our papas are taken care. All our vasanas, karma, everything becomes completely destroyed. And Kripa in two levels. Between inside, Antaryami, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, outside is a moving divinity called Guru. Inside is an unmoving divinity called Antaryami, Krishna. Between these two is our mind. Between these two is our misgivings. Between these two is our karma. And these two agents together finish off our karma. And that's why our Swamiji has written 400, 500 kirtans of prarthana, so that we can follow what Krishna has told, Mam Ichaptum Prarthayitum. We saw yesterday, we pray for Sharanagati. And praying for Sharanagati itself is Sharanagati. That is the beauty of Sharanagati. And then we pray for Viraham. We pray for the longing. And praying for longing itself becomes the longing. That is the beauty. Our Swamiji has made it very practical and easy for that. So he says, remember, nothing can come in one day. Every long journey of even 1,000 kilometers have to start with a small step. So do abhyasam. Don't give up. This is why we are here. And in this path of bhakti, I am here to support you. And even when you fall, don't worry. I am here now. I have a lovely two lotus feet to hold on to now. So for you to hold on to get the inspiration to go on, I have lotus feet. For you to get the inspiration of security, I have my hand now. I have this wonderful karam which is Abhaya Hastam. And I have a wonderful karam which is Varada Hastam. So why do you worry? Hold on to my lotus feet. Practice, practice, practice. Show your effort. Result is already taken care. You just have to show the effort. So he's saying, do abhyasa yogena tato mamichaptum dhananjaya. Don't just give up Dhananjaya. Dhananjayanu kupra. Our Madhusudana Saraswati Pada says, Dhananjaya, Dhananjaya, you took so much efforts to conquer the wealth of so many people. Now you went even to Devalokam Pune, you went to Nakalokam, you went to all these three worlds to collect so much of wealth, isn't it? How much abhyasam, how much effort you have put in all that. Bhagavan is reminding you are capable of that abhyasam. And so Dhananjaya, this is the biggest dhanam. The biggest dhanam is Prema dhanam. Biggest dhanam is Jnana dhanam. Biggest dhanam is Krishna dhanam. If you go to Vrindavan, what is dhanam for that? Hamaro dhan Radha, Shri Radha, Shri Radha. Hamaro dhan Radha, 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 Radha. Hamaro dhan. What is Radha? Radha is nothing but Bhagavan's Hladini Shakti. Na? Radha is nothing but Bhagavan's premas, that which inspires prema in us. Na? So the biggest dhanam for us is prema. And our Bhagavan says, hey Dhananjaya, you have accumulated worldly wealth. So you are capable of practice. You are capable of attaining what is determined by you. Use the same determination. Use the same vigor to actually get there also. Use the same vigor to put me in your mind all the time because you are capable. That's how a guru also shows us. He shows us, did you not finish your school? Did you not put so much time for you to finish your exams? Could you not wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning when you had an exam today? Why can't you do the same thing to attain Krishna also? How much concern you had? Somehow I have to get the promotion. Use the same concern to say, somehow I have to attain Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Am ichchaptum. Whatever vigor, whatever energy we showed in actually accumulating wealth, or the energy we showed in actually enhancing our life in this worldly life, our Guru says it is not a defect. In fact, we should use that inspiration to say, if I can do this, why can't I do that? Somehow inspire yourself, pull yourself up, don't give up. Abhyasa yogena tato mamichaptum dhananjaya. You are capable because I have seen you work. Use the same vigor, use the same passion, use the same determination in doing this also, and your journey is complete. So Abhyasa Yoga. What does Abhyasa Yoga mean? When we sit down to actually possibly do Krishna Smaranam. I am not able to do Smaranam. Mind is going here and there. Chalo. If it is not naturally coming, at least like Dhruva, if the Guru tells you, at least, sit properly, make sure the ambience is better for you, cut off all the distractions. If required, even do a little pranayama. If required, do a proper asana. If required, take whatever medicines you have to take to get rid of any body ailment, and then sit down and slowly, by controlling breath, or by controlling the body movements, or by using pratyahara, pulling the mind from objects, slowly you channelize it to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. This is Abhyasa Yogam with Ashtanga Yoga. And or if you want to go by pure path of bhakti, Abhyasa Yogam also means whenever the mind is sanchala, don't give up. Don't. What you need to do is sit down, again do Shravanam, again do Kirtanam, then go to Smaranam. Again do Shravanam, again do Kirtanam, do Smaranam, do a little Archanam, do a little Parayanam, do a little Namaskaram, do a little circumambulation. In the Bhagavata Dharma Riti of the Navavida Bhakti, practice again and again and again to come back to Krishna Smarana. And then he goes, Abhyasa Yogena. What does Abhyasa mean? And what does Yoga mean? The yellow part of it is called Abhyasa. Abhyasa means repeatedly fixing the mind on a single object by withdrawing it from everything else. That's Abhyasa. Abhyasa na practice. Abhyasa means repetition is Abhyasa. So repeatedly fixing the mind in a single object. Either you can do it as a dhanam. You can have a small picture of our Bhagavan Sri Krishna before us, or the picture of Guru Maharaj, whoever is your source or object of meditation. And then our Swamiji says, we can actually look at the picture, and then like a painter would look at a picture, and then he will slowly do a stroke in the canvas. Then he look at the picture, next stroke in the canvas. Look at the picture, look at the canvas. And slowly he will transfer whatever is in the picture by painting on a canvas. Likewise, we can also sit down and slowly look at the picture of Krishna or picture of Guru and slowly start painting it as a canvas in our heart. And whenever the mind is moving here and there, again, open your eyes, look at the picture, put it back. So here, repeatedly fixing the mind on a single object by withdrawing it from everything else. So if I have to fix the mind on that object, I can do it with some alambanam, something to hold on to, which can be a picture. Or when we are listening to the katha, that's very important. Easiest way for us. We are living the best of times. We have all the CDs of the katha of our Swamiji. Put the katha. And Swamiji tells the katha in such a way, pratyakshamiva darshitam. You can see it fully. Whenever you want to do dhyanam, our Swamiji's CD are the guided abhyasam for us. sit down, close your eyes, put on the kAtha, and then as our Swamiji is explaining the kAtha, slowly start painting what Swamiji says in the kAtha in form of sound. Na? You paint it in form of a scene in the heart, because that is the power of our Swamiji's kAtha. He brings the whole scene together. Right? When he is talking about, say, Tukaram Maharaj, when he's saying Tukaram Maharaj was actually chanting the divine name of Panduranga, he was sitting in the veranda of a small thatched house. Close your eyes. There is a thatched house there, and it has some little defects on top. There is a small veranda which is washed by the cow dung. And in the veranda, our Tukaram Maharaj, effulgent, is sitting. Our Swamiji also gives us the description, a lovely turban and a small little kurta and a lovely veshti there, and 1 feet above other, tampura in his hand, eyes with reddish on the sides, shedding tears of joy copiously, lovely nose, lovely lips chanting constantly Ram Krishna Hari, Ram Krishna Hari, and he has 2 earrings also in his ear. He has a Tulasi Mala. With love in the heart, our Tukaram Maharaj is chanting Ram Krishna Hari, Ram Krishna Hari. Shivaji Maharaj comes there, and then he comes today with a plate of gold. Immediately our Tukaram Maharaj runs away. And then Shivaji Maharaj feels very sad. He comes behind Tukaram Maharaj. Some of the disciples said, you keep all this and go alone. And he goes alone to a nearby small hill where our Tukaram Maharaj, sitting down in Padmasan under a big peepal tree, is again holding the tampura and singing the same kirtan of Panduranga. The Shivaji Maharaj takes his crown off, falls at the feet of our Tukaram Maharaj, folded hands, says, if the whole world forsakes me, I don't care. But if my Guru becomes Paramukam, if my Guru turns his face away, where is the Gati for me? It is like a mother trying to kick the child off when it is coming to hug it. And then our Tukaram Maharaj says, it is not because of you, you brought something, and so I don't want to talk to you today. And Shivaji Maharaj says, for my sake, please take the gold. And Tukaram Maharaj says, if you say for your sake, I should take go mamsa, will it be okay for me? And for me, Tukamane maje dhana go mamsa sama. This is how he says now. If you slowly sit down and, picturize them. Parana abhyasa, ananda abhyasa. So abhyasam by shravanam, abhyasam by kirtanam, abhyasam by smaranam, abhyasam by padasevanam, archanam, vandanam, dasya. So expand it for all the 9. And that becomes our Bhagavata Dharma Riti Abhyasa Yoga. So it's so simple, isn't it? So Bhagavan says, Abhyasa Yogena Tato Mamichaptum Dhananjaya. And then Abhyasa, yoga is following from this, consisting in the concentration of the mind. Once you repeatedly fix the mind in a single object by withdrawing it from other things, and the concentration or the attention the mind gets in holding on to that object becomes the yoga. Abhyasa yoga.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,